Now the next question we'll be talking about is to check if array is sorted or not. So the question is very simple, that we just have to check if array is sorted. So in input, we have one array like this, and we just have to tell if array is sorted or not. So you can simply print yes or no. Okay, simple question. And the approach would be also simple, because we can simply check if the current element is less than the next element, then we can only proceed with this. All right. And now we can also check for this thing if the next element is smaller than the current element. So that would be the opposite case of it. So this is how you can simply check if array is sorted or not. And now there are two ways. Either you can use a nested loop, or you can directly check the next element with the current element. So the first approach that we can try for is array sorted, it would be something like this: static void approach 1, pass array in it, and 1 the length of array. So the first approach would be to use a nested loop and compare the current element with all the next upcoming elements. Okay, just like we did in the max element. So keep on comparing until we get the wrong element. Okay, so now if I have I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, then I have another loop for int j equals to I plus 1, j less than n, j plus plus. Then I will check if array of I is greater than array of j. So what it means that now if I say in array of I, what you're getting, there is a current element, and if current element is greater than the next element, so it means it's not sorted. So always the next element will be the greater one. So if any case is there that the current element is greater than the next element, so it means it's not sorted. So simply just write array is not sorted and break the loop. Try for next element. You don't have to break, just write return. So this is the first approach to find out if the current array given to you is sorted or not. Just check the current element with all the array elements. If in any case the current element is greater than any of the elements, next elements, so it is not sorted. For example, you have one array available like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then let's say I have written one element 5, but after 5 we have 4. Okay, so it will check 1 is less than all of them. Yes. 2 is less than all of them. Yes. 3 is less than all of them. Yes. 4 is less than all of them. Yes. But then comes 5. So now when comes 5, 5 will be checked with 4. So it will say 5 is greater than 4. So it means array is not sorted. Simple. So this is the first approach that we can try. Now we have second approach, that is the better one, because in this we can see we are using a nested loop. So it means time complexity would be n square. So we need a better approach so that we can solve it in one single loop. So static void approach to pass array and the length of it. So we just check the current element with the next element and keep on checking this thing. Int I equals to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. Then what we have to check is that if array of I minus 1 is greater than array of I. So instead of checking through the whole array, it's not mandate. Just check the current element with the next element. Okay, so I will say simply array is not sorted, then return. Otherwise, I will print that array is sorted. So how this particular technique will work? Let's say you have the array where we contain like 5, 6, 7, and then we have one element 3. All right. Now, the first element is 5. So what exactly I'm checking here? That 5 is greater than, sorry, I'm checking 6 is greater than 5. Okay, true. Then I'm checking 7 is greater than 6. True. Then I'm checking 3 is greater than 7. So immediately it becomes false. That's it. And it will print in output that array is not sorted. So this is how we can simply check for our array is sorted or not using one single for loop with time complexity of n. So this is the next question to reverse an array. All right. So in this question, what we have to do is we simply have to reverse a given array. So there could be different approaches to reverse the array. The first approach could be simply use a reverse for loop, start the loop from n till 0 and then store the elements in another array. But there would be another approach that is recommended one known as two pointer approach. So this is the first approach that we are going to learn for our upcoming questions. After learning this approach, we'll be doing a lot of questions that depends on particular this approach. So it's a very popular approach, two pointer approach. Now what exactly this approach is, and it will help you to solve a lot of questions. So this was the array. Let's take this array 1, 4, 6, 9, 10. This is the array given to you. So what exactly a two pointer approach is, initialize two variables, put one variable here and put another variable here. So it means one variable I is equals to 0, another variable j equals to n minus 1. All right. After this, swap I and j element. It means simply swap your array of I with array of j. So what it will become? It will become 10, 4, 6, 9 and 1. And after swapping, increment the I variable and decrement the j variable. So I will reach here and j will reach here. Again repeat the swapping part, again swap them. So after swapping, it will become 10, 9, 6, 4, 1 and then again increment I and decrement j. So I and j both will reach here in this case, and if you will swap, nothing will happen, and actually you got the reverse array that we required. So it's a popular technique known as two pointer approach. You just take two variables, two pointers, and keep on swapping them, increment the first, decrement the second one. So this is the two pointer approach that we have to implement. So let's implement this. Now, in order to talk about this two pointer approach, let us simply create a function static void reverse. We are going to pass the array, and then there is one array initialized like this, and we are going to call reverse function. Now, as we know that in two pointer, first of all, we have to initialize two variable. One is I that is on 0th index and one is j that is on array dot length minus 1 index. Now we have to keep on swapping, and for swapping we need a third variable. So let's take a third variable temporary. And now we know that how many times we have to do the swapping until I and j becomes like equal, or you can say till I is less than j. The simplest condition would be till my I variable is less than j. Only till then I have to use a while loop. So it is now decrementing your time. It's like half of the iterations you are using. You are not even iterating the whole array. You are iterating only the half of the array. Okay. So now while I is less than j, store array of I in temporary variable, swap array of I with array of j, then array of j will contain the temp. Swapping is done. and now increment the I and decrement the J. That's it. Reverse is done, and now you can try to print after reverse int I equals to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus, and then print array of I. I hope it's clear to you how to simply perform reverse of an array with this approach. Okay, so you can see array is reversed. All right, so how exactly this happened? Just like I told you, swap two elements, increment the first one, decrement the index from the last. So it is known as two pointer approach, and using this two pointer approach, we are able to reverse our array. All right, so this was reverse an array question.